No, because
It's a big room.
Bounce, bounce.
Lots of floor space. And look at all this real estate with all these chairs we have. Imagine all the positions we can invent.
Wow, he really is just like the videos.
I try to be entertaining. Look, this, I don't need a microphone.
Insert Spoony with Spoony joke here.
I don't know, but no, the show must go on. Another minute. By the way, after you're done recording this, burn it. I don't want this. Don't burn it to a DVD. I mean, physically take out the SD card, stamp on it with a golf cleat, and then burn it to ashes. Then snort it.
Oh, don't worry. Once I'll cut the beginning of this, and it'll make it I'll just focus on the front. That way, nobody knows how many people are actually here.
Oh, they can tell from the sound.
Probably. That or everybody's just being quiet. Yeah.
Well, then again, if
They're
I'm
listening.
Music and everyone's quiet, then that means I'm bad at this.
Tell them you're using a good mic. Only hear him.
Is this even on?
It is amazing.
It is. Yeah, come up to the front. There's plenty of real estate. There's no need to be shy.
Am I the only one not afraid of this guy?
Yes. I've seen the videos.
Someone in the front row.
Don't worry about it. Oh, let's see. If it's about, yep, it is 10. That means this panel
Is officially open.
is officially started. But I meant this to be a Q&A panel. If I could be perfectly frank, the convention people asked me if I could have this as a filler panel because there was a space here. And I'm glad you all proved it as such. No, I love you all. I really do. So this is a Q&A panel. Any questions? Any dirty little secrets about Channel Awesome you want heard? Maybe I'll be willing to spill. Maybe they'll be true. Maybe they'll be false.
Why is everybody leaving? Why is everybody leaving?
Why? No, don't go.
I think he means on Channel Awesome.
Yeah, 'cause there's just been that long line of people just over the last few months.
Speculatory.
Yeah.
All right, let's open up the floor. Whatever. Be brave, people. Anything. Nobody wants to ask a question? All right,
What was going through your head when you came up with that Lars bit in the whole thing?
Oh, well, what actually went through my head was that at the time, I just knew that me and Spoony, and then we're going to Chicago to film the donation drive. I didn't know Joe was going until the last minute. And had I known that Joe was going to be there, I would have incorporated him better than I did in that video. But then I heard Ed Glazer was going to be in that video. It was going to be at the donation drive as well. And I thought, okay. I had this bit where I wanted to prove how fancy the hotel we were staying at. It really wasn't all that fancy. They actually, if you went into the hotel from the beginning, from the entrance, and you looked around, it looked like the hotel in Home Alone 2. Everything very ornate, everything big, all Christmassy and stuff. But if you got into a hotel room, it kind of looked like a Motel 6. Actually, do you have Motel 6s here in Canada?
Yep.
Okay.
Just not that often.
Hey.
Sorry, do you need something from me?
Oh, no. We're perfectly fine here.
Excellent. I'm just checking in to make sure everything's starting all right.
Yeah, it's starting all right. Come on, I love these people. I
Yeah,
do. Anyway, I knew Ed Glazer was coming, and I had this bid for about a toilet, an ass wiper. And I thought, why don't I get him to do it? But the thing is, I never talked to the guy before. So I asked him, Wayne, I was like, hey, you mind if we get you near the toilet and pretend that you're an ass wiper? He says, why? It's for a bit about what? He said, Space Thunder Kids. What's Space Thunder Kids? It's like, oh, it's this old Joseph Fly cartoon, and he immediately snaps, oh, Joseph Fly? Because, Joseph Fly produced all those Godfrey Ho chopsaki flicks that Ed Glazer chops together to make a lot of what you see on Ninja the Mission Force. So, you know, that's his wheelhouse. And I think that's what sold it for him. So, yeah.
Speaking about wheelhouse, I've been checking out all your shows. Which do you consider your main wheelhouse? The anime abandoned nowadays, or the video games?
I think when it was all said and through, my video game reviews are kind of what made me. I mean, I would not be here today in front of 15 people talking about, well, ostensibly my EP if it weren't for my Sage reviews. So, and I think I had to treat it as such. However, if you ask me what is my favorite to write, it would have to be Anime Abandoned. It just has to. I have some of the most fun with Anime Abandoned. Anything? I'll start telling stories.
Please do.
Okay, all right. While we were filming the 4th year, a bunch of us were waiting in the attic of Doug's parents' house. That's where we shot all the bridge stuff. We were in the attic because if we made noise, it wouldn't appear on the microphone. It wouldn't be picked up. So it was me, Brad, Spoony, I think Luke, and a few others. We were playing this game. I forgot what it was called, but it was basically an advanced form of charades where you would have like these subjects on these cards, and you would have like 40 cards, and you have to take turns guessing what you're trying to act out. But every round gets more difficult. Like the first round, you can just use words, and you just can't say the word. And as soon as you get to round 2, you can't say words, but you can act it out. And round 3 is where it gets difficult, where all you can do is pose. So round 3 is where it gets difficult. And so for fun, they have these blank cards that says, like, you can put in any subject and you have to guess people know what they want. And so we decided to put each other's names on. So sure enough, who's my partner to guess what I'm trying to act out? Spoony. Guess what card I drew? Spoony. So it was the second round, which means I couldn't say anything. I could only act out. But they did allow a caveat that I could make noise. So in order for him to guess it, I had to think on my toes and just went, he got it right. But later that same shooting day, no, it was the day before, it was between takes. It was me, Spoony, and Brad. We were in the basement. That's where we shot the Dr. Insano scene. Well, the critics have come home to roost. You know that scene?
This is why I need bad scientist insurance.
Exactly. So we were just kind of, shooting the shit, and Brad starts talking about Radiodrome. It's his podcast with his friend. I'll admit, I've never seen Radiodrome. Well, technically heard Radiodrome. However, and he has this co-host that he just hates everything. Like, he just, look, this movie sucks, this video game sucks. He just hates everything. So finally, one listener got enough and sent him a Facebook message and saying, listen, you better, write the shit or I'm going to give your ass a proper pounding. And he answers back, he's like, proper pounding? Is this your way of saying you're gay? And he answers back, it's not gay to want to teach you a lesson. So this got Spoony to asking, if you could have lesson sex with someone, who would it be? And me, not completely blindsided how this conversation went, kind of think on my toes, and I was like, Denise Richards, I guess? I mean, I don't like her as an actress. So fucking Spoony just comes in, and immediately answers his own question, like he had this already thought out beforehand. He goes, Flo, the insurance lady. You ever know, Flo, the insurance lady from Canada? It's an American insurance company. It's this really annoying lady who's always like that chipper attitude. Yeah, apparently Spoony wants to rape her. Well, no, it's not rape. It's not rape. It's teaching her a lesson.
Spoony's kind of weird.
Yeah, obviously he's thought about this many times before. But I loved hanging out with Brad and Spoony and Rob especially because they have the best stories when it comes to celebrities you want those stories to be true about. Like Rob Walker was telling me a story about how his friend was working in an audio studio that was going to have Christopher Walken inside the studio to record a commentary for the next few days. And he was ecstatic, and he was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be Christopher Walken, I'm gonna be Christopher Walken, please! So day comes, Christopher Walken comes in, and he's waiting on a hand and foot. Says, Mr. Walken, whatever you need, whatever you want, I'll get it for you, no matter what. And I can't do Walken, but he goes, well, I kind of like Doritos. Just can't get enough. So it's like, fine. So for the next few days, he's just handing him, just like softballing him like these little snack pack size of Doritos, just like, you know, tamping them in with a fucking chimney sweeper's brush, just like down his gullet. It's like, I just can't get enough. So the final day comes around, Christopher Walken is nowhere. He's disappeared. He's flown the coop. And the technicians, like, getting after him, it's like, listen, you gotta find Walken, all right? We only have one last day with him. So they, hey, how you doing? So he tries his green room, he opens the green room, and on the far side of the green room, massive pile of Dorito bags, unopened. And then Christopher Walken comes and is like, ha! I don't even like Doritos. That's why it's funny. I don't know if that story is true, but I want it to be true. So Brad tries to one-up that story. It says, I had a friend who was a personal chauffeur of Nicolas Cage. And apparently his job was to chauffeur Nick Cage and his 8-year-old, 10-year-old son to Disney World. Picked him up at the hotel. Everything was all calm and cool. It's like, yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for doing this, man. And get to the Magic Kingdom about a few hours later. First thing the kid wants to do, what does he want to do? Wants to see Mickey. So they go to the Magic Kingdom, wait through the line, take him up to Mickey, and before the kid has a chance to see Mickey, Nick Cage gets on a knee right in front of the guy in the Mickey costume, reaches into his back pocket, and pulls out a hunk of cheese. And then presents it to him like, Mickey, it's an honor. Credit to the guy in the Mickey costume for not immediately busting character and just flipping the fuck out and running the opposite way. You know, he takes the cheese and pretends to eat it like, and that poor kid at 10 years old is the most adult man in that family. The fucked up thing about that, though, was that from the time that the chauffeur picked him up at the hotel, 9 in the morning, to that moment in the Magic Kingdom where he pulled it out of the cheese out of his pants, there was no other place for him to get that hunk of cheese. It's like he pre-planned this from the very beginning. He just keeping it in his back pocket. I don't know if it's true, but I want it to be true.
It can't be that one.
This might be a weird question, you might get this a lot, but what did you personally think of Doug temporary, at one point he said it was permanent, shutting down the Nostalgia Critic?
I don't know, it was, like when we were shooting the 4th year, we knew this was going to be the end, or at least that was the intended end. And there was a lot of talks about, you know, like, blah, blah, like, you know, like we want to try something new and such. And I think it was Doug and Rob who, I don't know who said it exactly, but they said, like, we have full expectations that this new thing is going to fail. So we have a backup plan in case if it does fail. So I think they had a case of, you know, expect the best, prepare for the worst kind of deal. And unfortunately for them, the worst happened. I can't say anything more than that because I don't really know all the details. I'm not very communicative with Doug and Rob at any one time or another. But I do know that I think that exit strategy existed before, you know, demo really came to being. Another question? Anything? Okay, this guy's full of questions, all right? He's beating all of you.
What personally was your favorite movie, that guy with the glasses movie that you were in?
Personal favorite? probably to boldly flee, if only because half my parts weren't written out of it. Like, if you look at the deleted scenes of Suburban Nights, half of them are just my scenes.
3/4.
I mean, like, which was, it blew my mind too, because the thing they cut out was the setup to me having this, epic line delivery, but it not making any goddamn sense. It was set up during that introduction scene. But he cut it out. So now it's just me walking in the forest just saying, but do remember, Critic, always be aware of your goat cheese pizza, or whatever the line was. I didn't agree with why that had to be pared down. I do agree that opening scene went on a little too long, but he just kind of hamstrung me on that one a little bit. And I think he kind of knew about it, and I think he realized that too, because, during the lead up to the 4th year, he was messaging me, he's like, listen, dude, have you seen Akira? It's like, do you know who I am? So oh, how would you like to be Tetsuo? Like, why? It's like, no, there's gonna be this scene where you're gonna be all oh God and powerful, and you're gonna totally own this villain.
I thought that was Dragon Ball Z.
I know. The plan was originally that I was going to grow my hair out and then spike it with gel, but my hair is so unruly that no gel can tame it. Even when you get it wet and you use glue, it just wants to tangle up and it becomes sort of like carrot top hair. So that plan kind of flew out the window, but Doug coming to the rescue says, oh yeah, we'll find this shitty DBZ wig, it'll look the same. No, it won't.
Still was funny.
It was funny, but it didn't have the same intended effect. Also, while I'm on the 4th year, forgot this story. I was there when they shot the green screen footage of the Spoony Harkonnen thong. That was supposed to be a closed set. Only 5 or 6 people were on that, the camera and the light crew and whoever wanted to see Spoony's jiddlies. But Spoony was fucking bulletproof in that thong. He walked around like nothing could hurt him. Haters gonna hate that kind of walk. And he could not stop moving the camera. The Harkonnen thong is a Speedo with just a codpiece not stapled, but it was just attached to it. And I know the guy who actually made the Harkonnen thong. And he wanted to, where the hell are you going? Sit the hell down!
Unless you haven't told him, here, I gotta go.
You get just one.
Welcome to Canada.
Welcome to Canada. That was the one black guy in Canada. We saw a unicorn, people! Somebody called Bigfoot watchers. We got news coming around. Anyway. So he calls me and says, I need to get this to Noah as fast as possible, but his P.O. box isn't big enough. He's like, how big did you make it? Too big! So I said, well, why don't you just send it to Chicago? It'd be faster. It's going to get there. It's going to wind up there anyway, so why not do it? And he's like, I don't want to bother Doug. He's like, motherfucker, let me handle this. So like a boss, I called up Doug. It's like, Doug, look at the Harkonnen thong. Give me an address. Not in so many words, of course. And he says to me in no uncertain terms, you know you have an odd job if one of the job entails you to literally negotiate where the Harkonnen thong is supposed to go. That's my job. Oh, he came back. Yay. Jillian Brad's, I think he was still married to Jillian at that time. Yeah, I think he was.
Separated but married.
Yeah, whatever. I don't keep up with that. So Jillian comes in with White Castle while Spoony's just kind of doing his. I don't know how he could bend his back the way he did. And Jillian looks at it and she drops the White Castle, does the whole hand thing, and she turns the other way and walks out.
Some people can't deal with
And Brad, Brad's a champ. He's enjoying this view. It's like he's Caligula and he's watching one of his malformed.
I was about to say, think of the movies.
Yeah, think of Caligula. He was like that, and he grabs the White Castle bag and says, "Now this is complete."
Someone should have filmed that.
I was like, now you know why Caligula is his favorite film.
Exactly.
Come on, any questions? Oh, back there.
Yeah, with Anime Abandoned, are there any titles that you wish you could review, but for reasons of you pacing out episodes and things like that, you haven't gotten around to doing?
There's plenty of anime that I want to get around to doing, but there's only been like one anime that I set aside specifically to do, but I wound up not doing it, and that was Battle for Moon Station Dallas. And if you're a hardcore anime nerd, you know that that was the very first OVA ever made. And who made it? Mamoru Oshii, Mr. Ghost in the Shell himself. And I wanted to like be all appalled by it because it's really just a boring sci-fi movie. It's really not good. Unfortunately, the only copy that was made available in America was a dumbed down kids version. So like, they tried to, it was back at the time when they thought that all anime was made for kids because cartoons, so they tried to make it kid friendly. They even had a little kid intro the video. It's like, "Hi, welcome to another great Hollywood Kids video. If you'd like to see more, stay tuned after the program. I'll show you how you can." He actually did the wink. And then it hard cuts into like space battles, and there's robot dogs for some reason, and they attack some kid, and some guy just literally comes out of nowhere and just kills the robot dogs. And for some reason they have blood. The robot dog, no, the dog, yeah, it's like, yeah, just for kids video.
Transmission fluid.
What's this? Hentai? Must be for kids.
Exactly.
I remember in the 80s looking at the anime and they have like Sailor Moon right beside Akira, right beside like, you know.
It was all the same to video, to like Blockbuster, to Hollywood Video, to whoever, you know, stocked the shelves. You know, they didn't care.
End of Evangelion right next to Card Captors. That was my experience when I was younger.
I don't know, I actually kind of like that pairing.
Wait, I didn't hear what he said.
End of Evangelion sitting right next to Card Captors. that was my Blockbuster experience.
Another question, come on, keep it going. Right there.
For Anime Abandoned, what's your personal favorite episode you've ever done?
Oh, like for my own personal favesies, I'm partial to Vampire Wars because I hate vampires so much and I felt like my best anti-vampire material was in it. For nostalgia reasons, I really like my Golden Boy episode, even though I probably would have done it differently if I wrote it today.
There's a show coming out called Golden Boy, and I just kind of laughed when I saw the commercial.
But for recent favorites, probably the Junk Boy review. That had a lot of fun because that was just rife with material. It was 48 minutes of insanity. And Vic Mignogna's floating head. I don't know how he's responded to that, by the way.
Probably everyone's showing me up.
No. His fans are pretty, the Risen Bull Rangers, they mean business. So, like, it's probably come to his attention, but he's probably trying to play it down. He's like, what the fuck's this Bennett the Sage? I'm Vic Mignogna! I don't need this shit! Somebody toss me a fangirl! That's how I picture Vic Mignogna.
I've met the guy. I like your version better.
He's actually kind of a nice guy.
I don't know, I hear conflicting reports. And I tend to...
It depends which side of the table you're on.
Depends on what side of the table you're on, or if you have kids.
I was just about to say, depending what you got.
Yeah, good. Like I said, no holds barred. Come on, guys. Yeah, that's being a toughie.
Oh, I don't know, Tuffy. I was just going to ask if you have any crossovers either planned or filmed that haven't shown up.
Well,
yeah,
the
crossovers
things that
are the first things I ever saw you in, so that's what drew me to your show, so you can thank crossovers for getting your start.
Yeah, I mean, crossovers. the thing that I'm going to be shooting, well, looks like I'm going to be shooting tomorrow, is going to be part of my 50th episode, and I'm kind of pulling out all the stops for that one.
Oh, sweet.
So I won't say what it's going to be on,
Thank
but
you.
I will say it's going to be a part. Like the 49th episode is going to be part 1, the 50th episode is going to be part 2, and I will say that I will only say that Brett Weaver won't be the only voice actor who will make an appearance on Anime Abandoned. So, yeah, you in the back?
If you want a tough question, how the heck did you start working with Zone Archive?
Oh, this guy pays attention. What happened?
He knows something I do.
What happened was I saw Zone's Twitter, and he had retweeted my Uritsoku Doji review, and then I kind of made a comment like, how appropriate. For those of you who don't know, Zone Archive, he does a lot of flash porn. Like he does porn parodies, but draws new frames and actually animates using original audio clips. So he kind of gets around. He's actually quite popular on 4chan because
Because it's what?
it's 4chan.
Yeah.
Because it's 4chan and, you know, that.
I was like, no offense, 4channers.
No offense, 4chaners. I mean, you all do what you want to do, so whatever. So he responds back, and then we just kind of exchanged some effects. Like, yeah, I've always loved your animations. They were always, you know, like, it's just so comforting to know that one of the greatest Flash animators of our time is using those skills to make porn.
There's great progress for the future.
It's great progress for the future. The future of humanity is so bright, we need to wear shades. Anyway, and so we got on Skype, and oddly enough, still don't know the guy's name. I don't know the guy's name. I just call him Zone. I'm not even sure if it's even a him. I just call him a him because it's easier on me. Because I can't really wrap my head around him being a transvestite or a transgendered or, God forbid, a woman. Ooh. So, but that's how it started. He actually kind of came up to me, he's like, hey, I want to make kind of a news update sort of site. Want to help me write it? It's like, sure. So I did.
I'm sure you get this a lot. What kind of started Anime Abandoned? Was it just like seeing bad anime? Just like, I should probably put this online, this is how bad it is?
No, what started it was, oddly enough, you guys know Walrus Guy? The YouTube user, Walrus Guy? Used to make a lot of YouTube poops. Anyway, he had a clip on, you have to see Space Thunder Kids. You just got to. And it's just literally clips of Space Thunder Kids. And this was back in 2008, I want to say. I'm just staring at this and like, why has no one done something on this? And so I looked it up, and it was at Walmart for $1. You could get it at Walmart for $1.
Oh, those are the best.
I know, those are incredible. I watched it.
My DVDs are bought like that.
I know, like, I watched it, and I'm like, I gotta call Spoony. I don't know why my mind immediately led to Spoony, because he'd never done anything regarding anime before, except when he did a written piece on Akira, but no one counts as written reviews. Almost no one. I see. But that kind of got with the ball rolling, but I didn't make it a regular series until I realized that, holy shit, a lot of the anime that I collected over the years were not as bad, but it's like having some rippable material. How you doing? How you doing, guys?
Hi.
Just passing through?
Mystery Hunt.
Go on.
Oh, that's what they were doing back there.
Oh, I see.
If you notice anyone suspicious, run it in the back of the room.
Oh, sorry.
Everyone in this room.
Yeah.
Could it be either
I'm
one
gonna
of
say
them?
we're hanging around stage. It's just everything.
Anyway. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what came over for Spoony. I think it was just that it was, you know, the donation drive was coming up. He was going to be there. I was going to be there. Like, fucking Space Thunder Kids was on the back burner. Like, stars are aligned. I got to do it.
You
And
need somebody to freak out on camera?
Yeah.
Spoony's known for that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I think I didn't really take it seriously until I did Garzy's movie. And I wanted that to be sort of like a yearly thing where he commented with some piece of anime schlock. I missed this year because he was busy trying to get Final Fantasy 13, I believe.
Are you recording that, or like, I know you're recording one?
No, I think I recorded Final Fantasy 10 for him. Sean did Final Fantasy 10 too. I'm not sure who's doing Final Fantasy 13. It could be him.
I'm pretty sure it's him. His Twitter feed is fairly
Uniform, like, I hate this game, I hate this game.
Yeah,
game.
it's pretty much that. He had about a month of tweets of, I hate this game, oh god, why am I playing this? So.
Because you're up to lie.
Because you enjoy my pain. I think that's his go-to response. Another question?
My question was going to be if you'd had a video of traumatizing Spoony this year that just hadn't come up yet. So.
Oh, no, that hasn't. That will have to wait for a while. I missed this year. But you had your hand up?
Yeah, well, since you started doing the anime abandon reviews, have you found that a lot of people have been trying to shove a lot of modern anime in your face? And if so, has any of it stuck?
A lot of people have been trying to like salvage my view of modern anime. They're like, not all of it's bad. You can feel like the Chevin titles. Like, I saw Baccano because people were saying like Baccano's great. I got like 3 episodes in and I just could not stand the pacing of it. It was just the story couldn't leave itself well known. I know that's the point, but that doesn't mean I have to be a fan of like this spastic storytelling. I just couldn't let me breathe. And I was like, okay, this is not for me. And then out of curiosity, I checked out Rin, Daughter of the Mazani. I'm not sure if any of you guys have heard of it.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's violent porn is what it is.
Yeah.
And usually that's kind of in my wheelhouse, but for some reason when it's all new and slick like that, it just loses something. Like when you have missing cells and like the characters are ill-properly proportioned, it makes it better, doesn't it?
Talking about the character, etc. Out of curiosity, how close to your anime abandoned, etc. character, the insane, etc. Sage, are you the person? Or is that too hard to get into?
No, I know what you're trying to get at. The way I've tried to wrangle how I present myself in Anime Abandoned was that I would treat Sage how the anime treats itself. If it's very serious, if it's very, completely earnest, trying to tell a good story, and it succeeds, then Sage will be like, listen, guys, you gotta really see this movie. This is...
Yeah, I saw the Ghost in the Shell.
Like Ghost in the Shell, Jinro. You could make an argument for Perfect Blue. But if it's just like fucking Junk Boy, I'm just having fun with it with him. The way I figured, I think my friend Mark put it best. Every reviewer has their own universe. And in their universe, they are God. Except the Bennyverse. In the Bennyverse, everyone shits on Bennett. Everyone. Like Mars Girl fucking choose me a new one in my Tenchi Muyo review. This upcoming, I can't really go into it, but like this upcoming guy said, how rude! You better be so. But this other guy just keeps chewing me an asshole. Brett Weaver tells me to, buck up, pull myself up by my bootstraps, and get over myself. And I think I like writing myself like that. I like writing myself more pathetic and kind of angry than just angry and godlike. Although Doug seems to think I should be Satan.
I forget the name of this character, but he's like the sexy Bennett.
Suave?
Yeah, Suave. I'm gonna say Sway, but I know it's different. Is he ever? Do you ever plan on having him come back?
I actually really like that character.
You had a great time with the character, and it showed every minute of it. At least it looked like you had a great time.
I do. I have it. But that's the kind of character you can't You can't do like fucking bum reviews with that guy. You can't like,
Fair enough.
you can't
Fair
do
enough.
you can't even do ask that guy with him. Every once in a while, like when there's, my theory was every time there was something in an anime where a woman is attracted to a guy for seemingly no reason, for bad reasons, then he will chime in. It's like, I'll take it from you. And I will say this: be prepared for February 28th. Oh. So, another question? We got half an hour to kill, people. Or else we're just going to be staring at the wall.
It's a very nice wall.
Very nice wall. Oh, right here. Come on.
What would you say out of all the anime that you've reviewed on Anime Abandoned is by far your most hated character you've ever witnessed? And then vice versa.
And vice versa, like a character that I've witnessed in just an anime that I've seen, or an anime that I've done on Anime Abandoned?
On anime you've done on Anime
Okay.
Abandoned.
Oh,
Wow. Pretty bad.
Because there's a lot.
there
So I was
are.
about to say,
Well,
your
Like a Junk Boy was up there because he was just.
Alright,
If
that's.
there was ever an episode I wanted to see a top 10 of, it's that.
Just like top 10 most hateful characters in Anime Abandoned. Like Junk Boy is up there, Asuka's up there. You know, it's a tie between the two. I mean, Junk Boy, you can make the argument that like a lot of his weirdness was done on display for laughs, but then you really have to ask you have to ask yourself, what is he doing that's supposed to be funny? Molesting women?
Hilarious!
It's hilarious. I mean, I said so in my review. Like, he's not slipping on banana peels, and he's not wearing Groucho Marx glasses. What's funny about this? But Asuka is sort of like, it's not so much the character. Well, it is the character, but it's also how the anime treats her. And it's supposed to be about Shinji's story, supposedly, and his growth, but Asuka never really changes. She just has the sudden epiphany. He's like, oh, my mom's always been in my Ava, and now I feel protected. And then she utterly fails, and killing the angels, and like, what's her character arc? Bitchy, entitled, sudden epiphany, then death. Wonderful.
Well, I like the death.
The death was good.
We don't need any more of those.
Kill you, gonna kill you.
The only time I was cheering.
Yes. I don't know. You two have been hogging the spotlight.
Sorry.
I want to ask a question from someone who hasn't asked one yet.
Yeah.
Oh, right there.
So there's kind of the whole reviewing thing that's popped up at YouTube and stuff.
Mhm.
The meta plot's kind of gone on that. Do you see yourself doing this in 10 years, or do you think you're going to be using this as a stepping stone to kind of go to?
I think I don't know how long I want to keep doing this. I'll only know when I want to stop doing this, and that's when it stops being fun. And as long as people watch my stuff and like my stuff and kind of make it fun for me, then I think I'll keep doing it. This may lead to something, this may not, but I like making it either way. So. I know that doesn't really answer your question, but I think that's the mindset that I'm in right now.
Okay.
All right.
This might be a weird question, but what did you honestly think of Mad Bull 34?
Okay.
Fun torturing people.
Here's the thing. When I watched that, it was with my friend Gavin, and we were just like beside ourselves, like, okay, we gotta go to the other one. We gotta watch the other one. And then we got to the fourth one, and that's when we kind of went. It was hard to gather your thoughts about that ending because up until then it was just really, really bad comedy and not a very good sense of comedy. And then they just pulled this fucking everything is shit ending out of nowhere. And the story ends on like, oh, that's fucking New York. Turns everyone into chainsaw wielding rapists. Ain't that right?
Person I might be married to.
Probably, maybe, I don't know. And that fucking gun shit that bothered me, like, she didn't fire that gun, but what's with that smoke trail coming out of her gun for? Jesus, it was like, the anime was fun when it was like being psychotic, but it was aggravating when it tried to take itself seriously. And it was just like the wrong kind of ending to the wrong kind of series. It was just a train wreck of bad anime.
I know you've obviously got plans to do positive ones like in the future, but have you got specific plans for like anime that you will review positively in the near future?
Possibly in the near future.
Or are you just like happily stringing along the bad ones for the fun?
Well, I think what happens when I review an anime, I'm not quite sure how I'll really react to it, especially for an anime I haven't seen in a long time. That kind of happened with me in Gull Force. Because I expected Gull Force to be kind of cheap, but I really enjoyed it, like in that schmaltzy kind of way. But there really wasn't much gas to run on with the kind of mindset of, I'm sorry, I haven't eaten anything. What's this belch? Anyway, but I couldn't really have enough creative juice. I could not have had enough creative juice with the mindset of like, I kind of had fun with it. It's kind of cheesy. It's harmless. It's just, has some dumb things, but that's cool. Wow, that's maybe half a page. Fuck it. Okay, we're just gonna make fun of it. All right. There's lots to make fun of, but there's a difference between me making fun of Gull Force with some lighthearted jabs and me making fun of Apple 34. So there's like a severity scale.
Yeah. Because I really enjoyed the anime you really liked and really like touted them for how much you like them. I love those shows. I don't see enough of them, so I was hoping that.
Yeah, I try to make it a point that, like, I'll open it's.
I know I've got the terrible opinion that the good reviews are the good ones.
No, it's not the terrible. It's not as a terrible opinion, but I'll let you in on a secret. Sometimes the hardest review to write is for something you like.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's Neil Gaiman. How you doing?
Just taking a break from writing comics.
I'm so glad you got the reference. Anyway, but it's really hard to write about something you like because you walk this very fine balancing beam of, are you going to be talking about its merits or you're just going to fanboy out? You have to find this happy medium. And while doing it, you have to keep yourself going. If you notice, like some of my more positive episodes are also some of my shorter episodes. Like Wings of Onimize, it's like only 13 minutes long.
Ghost in the Shell is the one that.
Ghost in the Shell is about 12 minutes long.
Yeah.
And in Jinro, I'm very positive about, but it's only gone to that length because I did a plot point by plot point review. And I did that because that movie's out of print. And it's really hard to get yourself a hold of Jinro the Wolf Brigade, at least for a reasonable price. So I felt like, okay, if I want them to watch this, but there's no real legal avenue for them to, outside of getting a bootleg or getting gouged in a used bookstore. So I felt like, okay, if anything, I'll just like show them why I really love it. I mean, if that was one or two anime that I allow myself to fanboy over, it's Jinro. One of them is Jinro.
This is for your just game reviews.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite game that you reviewed on it and your least favorite game?
Oh
dear.
Okay, favorite? Actually, Colonial Marines. I really love playing that shitty game.
I wanted to really that.
Yes, I did, because it was like, oh my God, did they screw everything up? They did!
It's gonna be good.
It's like everyone thought it was going to be good, but like it was a complete letdown, and it controlled like ass, it looked like ass, there was just nothing not ass about it. And I'm assuming everyone here has played the game or doesn't care.
I'm a retro player, so.
I
ride along.
Right.
I don't have anything to play it on.
Yeah, I'm on the. I've heard too many bad things to try.
Okay.
But listening to
All right. I'll settle some things. Like, have you all seen Aliens?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember that character's name. Hicks. Turns out he's on the planet again. Even though, if you all remember Aliens, kind kind of impossible, isn't it?
I haven't seen the movie forever.
But, if I remember, no, like, how? Bullshit hand-waving reason. He's the captured Marine that, like, this plot point appears out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, there's also this captured Marine that we gotta save. Aren't we saving our own asses? We don't leave a Marine behind! God, that line was in that game for at least 60 times. We never leave a Marine behind.
They got an alien inside them.
Send in 2 squads.
It's like,
We never leave him.
That was some
behind. He's got an alien in him. Kill him.
It's like it's an hilariously inept AI too. If you see my review, there's this footage of me running around with an alien chasing me, and my AI partners aren't doing a goddamn thing. I'm literally reenacting a Benny Hill sketch right in front of them.
I was about to say, let's see how long it'll run. This is kind of funny.
It's like because my game reviews are kind of short and to the point. I didn't want to.
I actually watched that game review and loved it. So.
It's like about 10 seconds of me going. And right in front of like squad mates. And here's the thing: if you're on normal mode, your AI are death machines. They kill everything. You're not needed. You're just gonna have fun, guys.
I'll just be back here.
I'll just be back. So like while I was playing the game, I was kind of pretending.
Observation mode.
Like while I was playing the game, I was pretending I was psychically controlling them. So at least I have some input in what went on. Oh god, that game screwed up in every single way, and it was a joy to review because it gave me so much to talk about, and it gave me such memorable, things to say about. Like some of the worst games I've ever reviewed were games that I literally had nothing to say about, like Modern Warfare 3. I played it, but I never reviewed it. Because it was just, again.
Just the same thing.
It's the same thing!
There you go, do a 10-second review. It's the same thing. Click.
It's the same goddamn thing. And that's unprofessional of me. Even though I'm unprofessional in nature. But, sorry. Why didn't I get some water by now? I've been talking for 45 minutes straight. Here, watch me drink water.
Woo!
Oh.
You're like that Mexican senator.
Oh, wow.
Oh, let's get a picture of this moment.
We got John Stewart up here too.
I can die happy.
Canadian water. Can't beat it. But if I
missed
had
it, encore.
Okay. You asked for it. Oh, there we are. You guys are fun.
Big moment.
I thought I was going to have to play to the room, but you guys have been awesome. I don't care if you're only like, you can fit in a shoebox. You guys are great. But
see, all the reason in the world to do the video tonight.
it just wouldn't look good if it was just... Oh, shit. You saw nothing. But to answer your question in a roundabout way, the worst game I've reviewed, probably Damnation. Yeah. Either that or at least Larry box office bust. Well, at least with Damnation you could play it. Well, like it had mechanics, but it was such a shoddy game. Not that box office bust wasn't shoddy. It's just, you know what? Fuck it, box office bust. Because at least Damnation didn't have god awful jokes in it. So. Are we interrupting something? You know what?
It's phone sex.
I want to hear a question from you.
I'm not here. I don't know what you're talking about.
You can do it. Just ask me anything. Anything.
No, now that you put me on the spot, I have no question.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to her.
The only girl.
I was about to say, there's only one girl in here who wants to hear.
You can do this, you can do this. All right. This is a safe zone. You're safe here. You can ask me anything, and I'll answer honestly.
There's at least 2 meters between you two.
There is a lot of space between us.
Oh God.
All right, do you want me to get on eye level with you?
As long as we don't scare her off, she's the only she in here.
I mean, look around you. You gotta love the male to female ratio in this. You got the veritable pick of the litter here.
You can say anything you want. There's like nobody here. Nobody cares.
We're only hanging on your every word.
You're only being filmed.
What do you think is probably your favorite anime you've ever watched?
Ever watched?
Ever watched?
Like film, OVA, everything?
Anything.
We actually had to make him think. Good one.
Dramatic pause. Slow exhale. Inquisitive expression on face.
Shut up and say gunbuster.
I'll have to say Magnetic Rose.
Ooh, nice.
I've never heard of it.
It's hard memories.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is one you haven't done a review on, is it?
No, it was never given a dub, so one of my rules was it has to have had at least a dub.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And it's subtitled, and it's Katsuhiro Otomo, I think. Yeah, it was Otomo who directed it. And it's basically about a bunch of junkers in space. They find a spaceship out in like the nether regions of space, and they have to answer the SOS. Because that's sort of the unwritten law. If they ignore an SOS, if they get in trouble and they send out an SOS, people are going to ignore them. So they go in to investigate, and it turns out that an AI, well, I don't really want to spoil it, but I'll just say that it's a really,
5-minute wrap warning, please.
5 minute?
5
I
minutes.
have actually seen that now that you mention it.
I'll just say that it's really a heart-wrenching, really desperately sad short film. It's about 40 minutes long. I don't know if the DVD's still in print, and I'm not sure if I would encourage you to buy it because the other two short films are kind of eh.
Oh wait, man, Stink Bomb's awesome.
Stink Bomb was kind of awesome, but Cannon Fodder was just kind of.
Okay, yeah.
But Cannon Fodder was a meandering, experimental, student film, I would say. Not really anything I would watch again. Stink Bomb was, I'll watch it twice. But I guess for memories alone, I'd say watch it. If you could get your hands-on copy.
Actually, if you like Otomo's comedy stuff, check out Stink Bomb. Because he just has like a certain idea of how comedy works, and it's just Otomo comedy up at the ass. Like, yeah, if you saw Rojin Z, see Stink Bomb.
It's, I always get it mixed up with Stink Bug. Stink Bug, Stink Bomb. But Stink Bomb is the title.
Wait, which one's Stink Bug?
I don't know why, it's the sound. I get it mixed up. I think Stink Bomb, but it comes out Stink Bug. It's my dyslexia inside me, I don't know. All right, I think we had time for one more long-winded question, but applause to you, young lady, for gathering the strength and courage.
What do you think of Canada?
Congratulations! Congratulations! Come on, a round of congratulations! God, I'm such an asshole.
I was just about to say, you're a dick, man.
Oh, I love embarrassing women. That's like my crack.
You
Not
wonder
that
why
I've
he
ever
doesn't
done
get
crack before.
fangirls.
Anyway, one more question. Come on. Let's make it a doozy. Oh, actually, I'll ask him because he hasn't had a question to answer.
Fair enough. All right. So what's the worst thing just ever? Anime, movie, not CDI because we all know that's the worst, but anything.
But like manga, anything, like the worst of the worst.
Like whether you've read it or not, just what?
Okay. I got this question's answer prepared mentally for a long, long time. Because I don't know the title of it, but there was a doujin. I don't know why I read it. of a guy getting raped by a bunch of men, and one of the guys is like a golem about 20 feet tall, and his dick is about the size of a coffee can in girth. And he's constantly making comments like, "Oh my God, you won't break! You won't break! This is awesome!" I don't know what you walked into, but
He's saying it doesn't know.
but here, the best part
So much 18 plus.
the reason why they're raping him is to get revenge on his girlfriend. It's like, and they say to her, like, listen.
Oh, they were teaching him a lesson.
Yeah, they're having lesson sex. they were, you know, the look at her like, listen, we'd rather be fucking you, so if you just say it, we'll stop fucking him and we'll fuck you. And then like him being like the white knight saying, don't do it, don't. And like so like he, you know, like the main guy holds his dick right next to her face and she's kind of looking at it and she turns her head away. It's like, well, you made your decision, and they keep raping him and he's like caked in jizz and like he's weeping out of every orifice. And like his girlfriend is with him and he just loses his mind. He has to get his manhood back and he just starts fucking her. And she's just letting him go. She's like, go ahead, go ahead. And then like he's through, but it turns out she had cut her wrists waiting for him, and she died while he was fucking her, so he literally fucked her to death.
That's God.
The end!
My God, man.
Well then.
I don't know if it's true, but sorry.
What can I say? Internet.
It's the
Well, yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
It's the internet.
It's the internet in Japan.
I was
And
saying,
the
welcome to
icing on that
World
cake,
War.
and the icing on that cake wasn't really well translated. So you would get like, oh, you are the fuck! You would not break! Thank you for asking that question. Because
For that, man.
I've had this churning inside me for like
What happens in Canada stays in Canada.
5-minute warning.
5-minute warning.
Again?
Again,
Again? Oh, okay.
we already got a 5-minute warning.
Then go by hers.
So I'm guessing now we got 2 minutes, right?
Sure.
All right. I guess I'll answer one of your questions.
I was gonna ask you what your greatest fear was, but
Seems kind of moot now, don't it?
yeah.
So what was your question?
20-foot golem,
I don't know, now I'm kind of curious.
Has there ever been an anime that you wouldn't do for Anime Abandoned because it's too recent, but it was so bad you wanted to do it? Because I've only come across one thing, and it was just dripping with 80s. But it's modern, and I was like,
Dripping. I
Dripping
don't know.
with 80s, that's awesome.
it's meant to be. Okay, have you seen the new JoJo's
I lived in the
Bizarre
80s, I'm
Adventure?
Yes.
Oh, that is gloriously horrible, but awesome.
Okay, the best thing I can say about this is I caught my friend watching it because he's in my apartment, and JoJo's fighting this Mayan guy or whatever. He tries to like blow him up with a bomb, but he like takes away and he's all like, you can't defeat me and shit. So to show him how powerful he is, he gets up, he does this awesome pose like this, shoves the bomb down his throat, and as he's flexing, it explodes in his gut and goes back to perfect abs. And I'm like, and later on,
That's must be movie shit, right?
No, you want the real weird part? The character you're talking about is named AC/DC.
No, that was Santana.
That was Santana?
That was Santana.
Wasn't that AC/DC with the dynamite stick when they were in the minecart?
Time to go!
Yeah, half the characters in that show are named after 80s bands.
No, see, the thing about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is that the artwork is terrible.
wonderful.
But
I love it. It's fucking great.
Speedwagon is the best.
So?
He has a bromance
But
with everybody.
think about it. Everybody complains that anime fucks up the manga plot. JoJo's doesn't. It fucks up the artwork. It's the opposite of X. It's the opposite of the X movie.
It's great. Alright, I think that's all for I have. You have been a small but loyal crowd, and I love each and every one of you. Especially you. I
like
you. You.
Run! I want to say platonically or...